Good evening and welcome to Camnet TV Main News. To present, my name is Jeffrey Ziambo. Top stories in our news tonight. President Edgar Lungu gives police IG last chance following violent scenes at PF Secretariat. National Prosecutions Authority lawyers protest. CONCOURT refuses to discontinue a petition filed by UPND MP regarding ECL'S eligibility. In international news, Nigeria restricts visitors from India, Brazil and Turkey over COVID. And in sports, NKANA'S problems continue despite firing coach.
2021 has been described as a highly politically charged year. This is because every 5 years the country goes to the polls, and that 5 years elapses with only a few months remaining down to the ballot. The battlefield to appear on the ballot is becoming fertile. A lot of people are expressing interest of appearing on the ballot.
In all this, our interest is to put the duty bearers, the leaders and those aspiring to task by asking the relevant questions.
If you're an aspiring candidate, be it councillor, mayor or member of parliament, get in touch with us to get yourself on the verdict.
We go beyond speculation in dealing with policy and governance issues. The right questions are asked to help you make a verdict. For more details, you can call us on 0962 965883, 0979 753010, or email us info@camnettvafrica.com. Terms and conditions apply. Join us on Camnet TV
every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday and Friday at 17:45 hours
on a new program dubbed The Verdict.
Remember that Camnet TV is not just another channel.
And now the news in detail. President Edgar Lungu says the violence that rocked the Patriotic Front Secretariat on Saturday during the official rejoining to the party by Chishimba Kambwili is the last test for Inspector General of Police Takoma Kanganja and the police command. Speaking when he addressed the media to commemorate the World Press Freedom Day in Lusaka, the head of state says he will not tolerate any more failure by police to protect citizens and property. President Lungu has since demanded that those involved in the fracas be brought to book without fail. And speaking at the same event, World Press Freedom Day Organizing Committee Chairperson Felicitas Chipaka wondered why political cadres have continued to harass media institutions and journalists without them being prosecuted. We have details in the following report.
Freedom of the press has been under attack world over, with journalists being arrested while others have been jailed under 7 long sentences. For years, journalists and the media have been perceived as the enemy of the state simply because they do not agree with what those entrusted with power have been running affairs. Issues of journalists suffering intimidation and violence attacks cannot continue anymore, as the world has now moved from journalists being enemies of the state to journalists being entities of the state, from journalists spying on the state to journalists collaborating with the state, from journalists destroying the state to journalists building the state, from journalists not being part of the state to journalists being a key component of the state. These were the words of Zambia's Republican President Dr. Edgar Lungu when he officiated at the World Press Freedom Day in Lusaka, being held under the theme Information as a Public Good. The head of state has since wondered why political cadres have continued to harass journalists despite him giving a directive that such be brought to book.
Harassment of journalists is totally unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. Intimidation, harassment and violence is not politics. Immediately a person engages in such conduct, he or she has drifted from politics into criminality. Such a person must be arrested and prosecuted. This matter is not negation. The law must protect all citizens without exception.
President Lungu has also questioned media owners who have actively engaged in politics.
We have seen some very strange ways of practicing journalism, all because of the influence of ownership. We have seen in our country the media interview the same group of people whose purpose is only to slander their perceived enemies. Once the story is out, then the same journalists want to interview people who have been slandered for a reaction.
The president has also sent a strong warning to Inspector General of Police Kakoma Kanganja and the police command for failure to control cadres during the PF meeting over the weekend.
Somebody was saying President Lungu is not condemning violence. I've condemned violence several times, and I've invited the police to act according to the law. And I hope that what happened at the PF Secretariat on Saturday is the last test for the Inspector General of Police and his men in Lusaka especially as we go towards elections. As we go towards elections, I wish to urge the police command to up their game, not only in theory but in deed, and protect all law-abiding citizens of Zambia from harassment and violence, regardless of who they are, especially members of the press.
The president has since assured of government support for press freedom. And World Press Freedom Organizing Committee Chairperson Felicitas Chipoka has questioned why media has continued to be harassed despite the presidential directive that no cadre should attack the media.
Almost every month we witness situations where political party cadres have stormed into private radio stations to stop programs simply because they do not like guests being featured on such programs. As a result of this, we have become an endangered species and our work is becoming almost impossible. We appeal to the Zambia Police Service to heed to the command of the Commander-in-Chief.
This year's World Press Freedom theme is information as a public good. But are we doing any good to the public by shutting down some media houses? Is this the kind of press freedom and freedom of expression that we aspire to as a nation? It is under the Patriotic Front regime that media institutions have been closed for political reasons, and this fact cannot be twisted. Therefore, Your Excellency, we plead, we are on our knees, that as a parent, you cannot punish a child to the point of death. You cannot punish them to a point of reform.
The media is here to inform, educate and entertain while upholding professionalism. Therefore, no media personnel or institution should be subjected to attacks. Prudence Chota, reporting for Camnet TV News.
The Human Rights Commission is calling for enhanced respect and protection of journalists and the press before, during and after the 12th August 2021 presidential and general elections. Human Rights Commission spokesperson Mwelwa Mleya notes that as the world celebrates the World Press Day, which today under the theme Information as a Public Good, the Commission wishes to urge members of the public, particularly political party cadres, to accord the due respect to the media as the fourth estate of government after the executive, legislature and judiciary. Mr. Muleya explains that it should be noted that this year's theme is consistent with the 1991 Windhoek Declaration for the development of a free, independent and pluralistic press as essential to the development and maintenance of democracy and for economic development. He has further noted in a democracy such as Zambia that the government has a primary responsibility to promote and protect the right of freedom of expression without any form of interference or hindrance. The media also has a noble duty of promoting free expression of divergent and pluralistic ideas and views without any form of discrimination, Mr. Muleya says.
Zambia is a multi-ethnic, multiracial, multi-religious, multicultural, and multi-party democracy. And that factor must be reflected. We should not want the media to operate as if it's a one-party state where only the views of selected political parties are projected or advanced. Zambia must be reflected as a fully-fledged multi-party democracy, and we expect that all the competing political parties and their candidates will be accorded an opportunity to express themselves through the media without any form of hindrance or interference. And to that effect, the government has a primary responsibility to ensure that that media independence, that expression of freedom of expression is guaranteed and protected. Where it is violated, it's the responsibility or the obligation of the state to ensure that the perpetrators are subjected to the due process of the law to ensure that there is no impunity in the violation of media independence and freedom of expression. We wish to again say happy World Press Freedom Day to the media fraternity, and we call upon them to continue being the frontline human rights defenders that they have been all the time.
United Party for National Development UPND spokesperson Cornelius Mwetwa has praised the media for making sure that messages are sent across to help people make informed decisions. He explains that now more than ever, the media is key in the development of democracy and the country as they carry the agenda of politicians. He states that without a flourishing media, there is no opportunity for the country to thrive. Mr. Mwetwa has since called on the patriotic front to free the media as the only sure way to make Zambia great again, and the starting point being the safety of the media.
It's a very special day for us as the UPND, because this is the day we commemorate the work of the Fourth Estate. This is the day we celebrate the work done by the Fourth Estate in a democracy. And as people would understand, what that means is that for a democracy to function, there are three arms of government that operate separate from each other, save for permissive overlap. These are the legislature, the judiciary, and the executive. Now, to complete the equation of democracy for it to work, the media is the fourth arm of any government, because they are the ones who carry the agenda of politicians to the masses. They are the ones who carry the manifestos of political parties to the masses. So the media is key to the growth and development of a democracy and development of a country. So the president of the UPND, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, the UPND at large, joins you colleagues from the media in celebrating this very important day. This is your day. It is our day, because without a flourishing media, then public conversation would be rendered a futile endeavor.
Prosecutors from the National Prosecutions Authority, NPA, have boycotted from prosecuting cases in protest against their irregular transfers from their different law enforcement agencies. Some prosecutors, majority of whom have worked in the Zambia Police Service before being transferred, claim that the state is yet to pay them their benefits for the years they worked under NPA. The prosecutors are demanding that government resolves issues relating to underpayments of their retirement packages. They said government only pays terminal benefits for the period they served as police officers and not as workers at NPA.
Many suspects and witnesses Monday morning who had gone to hear the cases or testify in a case at the Lusaka's Magistrate Court were left to go back home as prosecutors from National Prosecution Authority staged a sit-in protest demanding that government resolve issues relating to underpayments of their retirement packages. The prosecutors, who opted to remain anonymous for fear of victimization, disclosed that when they were transferred to National Prosecution Authority from the police service in 2018, they were never given formal transfer letters. Some prosecutors, majority of whom have worked in the Zambia Police Service before transferred, are not paid terminal benefits for the years they have worked for the National Prosecution Authority. They say government only pays terminal benefits for the period they served as police officers, meaning that if one has worked for the police service for 3 years and they are transferred to National Prosecution Authority and work there for 20 years, their retirement package is only for the years they have worked for the Zambia Police and not the National Prosecution Authority. According to them, once one retires, they are removed from the payroll instantly and they are not paid their dues on time. They have, however, accused NPA Chief Administrator Mebonawa of failing to address their plight despite promising to deal with it. Meanwhile, NPA Chief Administrator Mebonawa, who spoke through a messenger, requested reporters to send a press query on the matter by broadcast time. And when contacted for a comment, Director of Public Prosecution DPP said she was not aware that prosecutors had boycotted work. The prosecutors said they have lost hope in the authority and are now seeking the Ministry of Justice to intervene in the matter. They have since vowed not to resume work until the matter is resolved. Miriam Kemba, reporting for Camnet TV News.
Democratic Party President Harry Calabar has fully paid his presidential nomination fees amounting to 95,000 kwacha, becoming the first presidential candidate to make the payment. Speaking to journalists after submitting the receipts at the Electoral Commission of Zambia, Mr. Calabar says his gesture is a true representation of his party's agenda and in line with the democratic tenets of this country. Mr. Calabar further urged his members to get on the ground as this payment symbolizes the beginning of serious preparations for him to appear on the ballot. We have more in this report.
The Democratic Party President Harry Calabar has once again broken the record with regards to required standards, as he did when the ministers who illegally stayed in office in 2016 were ordered to pay back the salaries they caught during the period when he became the first former minister to pay. In a similar fashion, Mr. Calabar has become one of the first to pay the 95,000 kwacha nomination fee and presented the receipts at the electoral body, ECL'S.
Personally come. As the procedure does not call for the president to come through himself, but simply to bring proof of payment, upon which we'll commence the processing of your supporters, commencing the 10th of this month, right up to 15th, across the country. After that, we'll schedule you a date for filing in of your nomination papers. So we are very grateful that you have kick-started the process.
Mr. Calabar has praised the Commission for acting professional in a way the process was handled.
I feel great because it gives us an opportunity now to show the world that we are a serious political party. We are not here for jokes, and we want Zambians to have an opportunity to choose, because what we'll be having on the 12th of August is not an election. What we'll be having is a moment. It's a moment of reflection for the country. It's a moment to choose between those that have betrayed us and those that want to take us forward. It's a moment for us to amplify our potential. It is a moment for us to ensure that Zambia goes the next paradigm.
The opposition leader, who was accompanied by hundreds of supporters as if it was a rally, urged his party members to rise up and send the message across for them to secure victory in the August 12th elections.
To people out there, just be sure that Harry Calabar is standing and we are winning this election, because the Zambians now have a choice and a leader. What Zambians want is a leader, not a politician. We are tired of politicians. We want a leader.
Sharon Kalimbola, Camnet News, Lusaka.
You're watching Camnet News, not just another channel. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more news.
From time immemorial, we have had different types of lighting options, from those that can burn down our investments in minutes to those that dig holes in our pockets due to constant replacement and huge consumption of our ZESCO units. Savenda Electric introduces the new and advanced electric bulb with cutting-edge technology of LED that has low power consumption, gives out bright white light, and lasts up to 25,000 hours. Savenda Electric manufactures all types of LED light, like plastic LED fluorescent tubes, down lights, ceiling lights, outdoor fittings, and solar street lights made to customer specifications. Let's live on the bright side of life by choosing the wide range of Savenda electric lighting solutions that are available in all leading stores and supermarkets countrywide. For orders, call 0962 642 490 or email jnbunda@savenda.com or pchabula@savenda.com.
Every day for me means hard work. Going to sell my goods at the local market. To get more customers, I have my secret. Oracle Pure Glycerin. It's soft, smooth, and keeps my skin perfect. And my customers know it. Thank you, Oracle, for my perfect skin.
When you get Showmax, you get instant access to full seasons of award-winning series and blockbuster movies.
It's amazing.
You get shows you won't find anywhere else, like Showmax Originals.
Thank you so much.
You get awesome kids shows.
Freaking awesome.
Amazing documentaries.
You literally cannot make this up.
And now, you also get live world-class sport from Supersport.
Everything's under control.
All ready and waiting for you to watch online on your smartphone, tablet, desktop, or smart TV, wherever and whenever you like.
Whoa.
So what are you waiting for? Go to showmax.com to sign up. From football seasons to binge-worthy seasons, you'll get it all on Showmax. One platform, endless entertainment.
Welcome back. We continue with the news. The ruling Patriotic Front, PF, has adopted as white sub-chief of the Lunda-speaking people, Peter Fisher, as its parliamentary candidate for ECL'S constituency. Announcing the full list of adopted candidates for Southern, Central and Northwestern provinces, Party Secretary General Davis Mueller explains that his party is aware of the comments that will follow his adoption, but will still maintain him as he is their best candidate among the other applicants. The PF has also adopted two former Zambia National Broadcasting Corporation ZNBC workers, being Brighton Kalowa Matoka, who once worked under the Lunda section at the National Broadcaster, and Omondi Musonda, who once worked at the Kaonde section. Mr. Matoka has been adopted to stand on the PF ticket in Minilunga, while Mr. Musonda has been elected to represent the party in Kasempa constituency.
Minilunga constituency, we are going with the former broadcaster ZNBC Brighton Kalowa Matoka. In ECL'S constituency, we are going with the Mwata Fisher Henry Peter. I know people will say a white guy, but he was born there. He's a sub-chief there in ECL'S. Kasempa constituency, another broadcaster, Omondi Peter Msonda. Mfumbwe constituency, Davis Mbalao, our treasurer at the province. Manyinga constituency, Chigimbu Dan, former deputy minister.
As a member of parliament, if I'm elected, I'll speak for everyone in Minunga, regardless of their social or religious affiliation. I'll also lobby for the development of Minilunga from any source that is available on earth. It's not just about government. There are many sources through which one can be able to deliver for the people. So as a member of parliament, I expect that I shall work for everyone. I shall work for the churches, for our traditional leaders, for the youth and the women. I shall be able to deliver not on my own, but through collective responsibility, through collective leadership.
The Constitutional Court has declined to withdraw the application made by United Party for National Development Katua Member of Parliament Bampi Kapalasa to withdraw the case in which he petitioned the eligibility of President Edgar Lungu. In this case, the lawmaker had filed a petition before the Constitutional Court seeking an interpretation of the provision concerning the eligibility of the President from the Constitutional Court. Mr. Kapalasa was of the view that President Edgar Lungu is eligible to stand again as President, but later changed his mind, saying that what he filed had an error, hence his desire to withdraw the matter. Delivering its ruling Monday afternoon, the Constitutional Court, through Judge Mulenga Mungeni, who read the ruling on behalf of the 6 other judges, stated that the court will proceed to hear the case as it was a matter of public interest.
After filing in their petition before the Constitutional Court last month, seeking an interpretation of the provision concerning the eligibility of the President, United Party for National Development Katuwa Member of Parliament Bumpy Kapalasa and Joseph Busenga have retained from their earlier position, wanting to withdraw the case. However, the Constitutional Court, which was sitting with 7 judges, has declined the application by the 2 applicants and ruled that the court will proceed to hear the matter. When the matter came up Monday afternoon for hearing, the 2 applicants, through their lawyer, Malambo Haimbe, made an application to withdraw the matter and did not state the reason for their action. However, the state, through the Attorney General, objected to the application on ground that the court needed to settle the debate concerning the eligibility of the president once and for all, putting into consideration that the country will soon be heading toward the polls. Attorney General Likando Kalaluka submitted that the court declined the application by Mr. Kapalasa and Mr. Busenga to discontinue the case and urged the court to proceed with hearing the case. He further submitted that the case is of public interest, which debate of whether the Constitutional Court interpreted properly in 2018 on whether the president can still contest for the 2021 general election has continued. And speaking shortly after the court session, Mr. Busenga had this to say.
The court has made its ruling. We wanted to withdraw due to personal reasons, but the court has made the ruling and we need to abide by the ruling. Formally, therefore, we've been given 2 days to engage another counsel. As you are aware, constitutional issues are very technical in nature. They are not issues that we can resolve ourselves or represent ourselves. We definitely need someone with a deeper understanding in constitutional matters, and that is precisely what we were up to now.
Earlier, after the court gave ruling, lawyer representing the 2 applicants, Malambo Haimbe, told the court that he could not proceed with the case because he had only received instructions from his client to withdraw the case.
There's no indication of what their position is. Clearly, they will have to take legal advice on the consequences of what has transpired, and then they will be able to make an informed decision from that point of time. So it's really up to the clients. For us, ethically, you cannot force yourself on a client. That is the ethical position that's there. No court. The rules allow the court discretion whether or not to allow a party to discontinue. And in this case, the court has said it will exercise its discretion not to allow it. It's not for us to say whether it's fair or not. That is the law that has been applied, and that is the position.
The 2 applicants are seeking interpretation of the expunged provision of the Constitution as to whether President Lungu is eligible to run for the 3rd term while taking into consideration Article 1061(3)(a), 6(a) and (b) of 2016 of the Constitution of Zambia and Article 35(1) and 2 of the 1996 Constitution. The 2 say the Constitution of Zambia is not clear whether Article 35(1) and 2 of the old Constitution as amended by Act Number 18 of the 2016 was served in respect of allowing or disallowing the current Republican President Edgar Lungu to run for the presidency of 2 full terms under the new amendment Constitution. The matter has since been adjourned to the 5th of May 2021. Miriam Kemba reporting for Camnet TV News.
Road Transport and Safety Agency RATSA Human Resource Officer Ezekiel Moyo has told the Lusaka High Court that former Executive Director Zindaba Soko's non-renewal of contract was legally done and is not entitled to any of the relief he is seeking before the court. In this matter, Soko has sued RATSA in the Lusaka High Court, demanding damages for mental stress and breach of contract. He is further seeking, among other claims, 3 months' salary in lieu of notice, payment of full gratuity pursuant to Clause 19(1)(2) of the contract, and payment of monthly salaries from the date of termination until full gratuity is paid to him. Soko stated in his statement of claim that by letter dated September 11, 2019, RATSA purported to terminate his employment effective September 12, 2019, and he was also paid gratuity on a prorated basis contrary to Clause 19(1) and 2 of the contract. But according to the witness statement filed by RATSA Human Resource Officer Ezekiel Moyo, 35, states that the letter of renewal of contract of employment written by Soko to the Ministry of Transport was not addressed or copied to the agency, who were his employees and the appointing authority. He explains that Soko's contract of employment was not terminated as alleged, but was merely not renewed in accordance with Clause 2 Cap B of the contract, as it had expired in 2019 January, and the board declined to renew it. United Party for National Development UPND presidential aide Mubita Nawa has been reported to the police over a social media video depicting him and the UPND cadre insulting President Edgar Lungu. A concerned citizen and member of the MMD, Jeffrey Mulenga, made the announcement shortly after officially registering the complaint before the police. He claims that the duo was allegedly insulting and defaming the Republican president contrary to the laws of Zambia. But Mr. Nawa has explained that the video being attributed to him is not for this year, but last year, and had issued an apology for it. He says he respects leaders and will not go to the extent of insulting leaders at any levels, especially that he is representing a respectable political leader in the name of Hakainde Hichilema, who values uprightness and morals among party members.
I'm just from reporting Mubita now from Force Headquarters, and the statement has been recorded from me as a citizen of this country concerning the video that's gone viral, where Mubita now called on a certain Mulenga who started showering insults on the head of state. I think the behavior was uncalled for, and we think this country has got laws that everybody must abide by. And it's very grateful that a person of Mubita Nawa's caliber can sink so low to do what he did in the video, where he celebrated someone insulting the head of state in a barbarically progressive manner. Since we have reported, I think the rest remains with the police now to carry on the investigations and bring to book the culprits. What they committed is an offense, contrary to the laws of this country.
The Zambia Police Service says it has instituted investigations in the video that has gone viral depicting some unknown cadres who were burning UPND's 2021 printed party campaign regalia. Zambia Police spokesperson Esther Katongo says initial investigations have revealed that the materials being burnt were grabbed from a female adult who was going to deliver to clients. She says members of the public will be informed of the outcome of investigations once they are concluded. Ms. Katongo has since guided every political party that every political party is free to own political party material for purposes of the campaign and should not be harassed by any person or grouping with a contrary view. She says it is therefore criminal to tamper with, alter, damage or deface any campaign material for another political party. Mrs. Katongo says those who will be found to have been involved themselves in the criminal activity depicted in the video will be dealt with in accordance with the law.
Initial investigations have revealed that the materials being burnt were grabbed from a female adult who was going to deliver to clients. Members of the public will be informed on the outcome of investigations once they are concluded. We wish to make it categorical that every political party is free to own party political material for purposes of campaigns and should not be harassed by any person or any grouping with a contrary view. It is therefore criminal to tamper with, alter, damage or deface any campaign material for another political party. Those that will be found to have involved themselves in the criminal activity depicted in the video which is circulating will be dealt with in accordance with the law.
Water Development, Sanitation and Environmental Protection Minister Raphael Nakachinda has called on Northwestern Province Minister Nathaniel Mubukwano to ensure protection of the Zambezi River waters from depletion and contamination. Mr. Nakachinda says the critical role that the river plays in the economic and tourism sector of the country cannot be overlooked. Meanwhile, Northwestern Province Chief Kapijimpanga of Solwezi District has extolled President Edgar Lungu for ensuring equal distribution of development across the country. The traditional leader says President Lungu has exhibited unique leadership that ensures that all benefit from his government's development agenda. Chief Kapijimpanga cited the drilling of more than 35 boreholes, construction of health facilities, schools and staff houses as some of those. The chief said this when Mr. Mwokwano paid a courtesy call on him. You're watching Camnet TV News. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more news.
In this fast-paced era of industrial boom and population growth, there is need to invest in smart ways of managing electricity and water consumption and reducing utility billing costs associated with the postpaid billing system. At Savenda Electronics, we manufacture right here in Zambia different types of high-quality smart electricity and water meters to customer specifications. Savenda Electronics water and electricity meters help you monitor your usage and gives notifications such as low units, tampering, low battery, and many other features. These easy-to-use meters makes it easier to buy units even in these COVID times and top up just from the comfort of your space. Favorable contract terms are available to both electricity and water utilities. For more details, get in touch with us on the following numbers: 0956 580 349 or 0977 498 318. Savenda Electronics, the real deal.
Making GoTV payments is easier than you think, but first you have to log in. First of all, open the GoTV app, then select your country. Fill in your surname or cell phone number, and then your IUC number. That's it. You can log in. Welcome to your home page. Now click on Pay Now. Select Make a Payment. Next, you will be asked how much you wish to pay. You can do this by clicking on the space next to the kwacha sign and entering the desired amount. All the details of your payment, including account details and amount you are paying, will appear. Make sure everything is in order. Now click on the Ting button under Choose Payment option. When the Ting window pops up, click on OK and then Pay Now. Now select Preferred Card Payment or Mobile Money option. When the Make a Payment window opens, click on the pink Pay Now button. Now, you simply authorize the payment by clicking on Send Prompt, which will send a prompt to your mobile number. Once you've received the prompt on your phone, simply enter the unique PIN and you are done. GoTV, love it!
2021 has been described as a highly politically charged year. This is because every 5 years the country goes to the polls, and that 5 years elapses. With only a few months remaining down to the ballot, the battlefield to appear on the ballot is becoming fertile. A lot of people are expressing interest of appearing on the ballot.
In all this, our interest is to put the duty bearers, the leaders, and those aspiring to task by asking the relevant questions.
If you're an aspiring candidate, be it councillor, mayor or member of parliament, get in touch with us to get yourself on the verdict.
We go beyond speculation in dealing with policy and governance issues. The right questions are asked to help you make a verdict.
For more details, you can call us on 0962 965883, 0979 753010, or email us info@camnettvafrica.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Join us on Camnet TV
every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday and Friday at 17:45 hours
on a new program dubbed The Verdict.
Remember that Camnet TV is not just another channel.
This is Camnet News, and in international news, Nigeria will ban entry to 9 Nigerian passengers who traveled to India, Brazil and Turkey in the last 2 weeks because of concerns over the rapid spread of coronavirus in those 3 nations. The travel ban announced on Sunday does not apply to passengers who transited through those countries, Nigeria's Presidential Steering Committee on COVID-19 said in a statement. Nigerians and permanent residents who were in those countries in the last 14 days will have to undergo mandatory quarantine for a week in a government-approved facility on arrival. All passengers arriving in Nigeria will now have to show a negative COVID-19 test taken within 72 hours of travel rather than the previous 96-hour period. Nigeria, Africa's most populous country, has reported more than 165,000 coronavirus cases and 2,060 deaths since COVID-19 first emerged in China at the end of 2019.
Nigeria will deny entry to non-national passport holders and non-resident travelers who visited Brazil, India or Turkey within 14 days prior to arriving on its territory as part of a coronavirus prevention sanitary measure. Sunday's statement comes in light of the urgent spike in COVID-19 cases and the variants in the concerned countries.
We will put in so much in place that the passenger will feel safe and secure coming to the airport.
The ban will take effect from May 4th. Nigeria sees just over 165 confirmed COVID-19 cases with around 2,000 deaths. India has reported over 300,000 daily cases for more than 10 days straight. Turkey, with the world's fourth highest number of cases, is on lockdown, while Brazil, second in total deaths, has seen a drop in cases as of late March.
It's now time for sports news. And in sports news, Zamfoot Sports reports that NKANA'S Stars' quest to avoid relegation went from bad to worse as both sides suffered defeats in the MTN Super League on Sunday. Following the two sides' defeat in North Africa in midweek, Boston Chambeshi and Mohamed Fati of NKANA'S Stars respectively were hoping for a return to winning ways in the league, but that didn't go to plan. In Choma, Eagles had a strong start to the match and took the lead just after 7 minutes. Mabin Kalengo beat Moses Mapulanga with a brilliant touch from a George Kloba long ball to put the home side in the lead. And at Nkoloma Stadium, NAPSA Stars suffered their 7th loss of the season as they succumbed to a 2-1 defeat at the hands of Green Buffaloes. Friday Samu put the Soldiers in the lead before Jimmy Mukeya could draw Muhammad Fati's boys level, only for Nicholas Molilo to snatch a winner. The win takes Green Buffaloes to 13th place, while the Pensioners remain stuck in 16th place. That sporting story brings us to the end of our news, but before we go, we take a look at the headlines once more. President Edgar Lungu gives Police Inspector General last chance following violent scenes at PF Secretariat. National Prosecutions Authority lawyers protest. CONCOURT refuses to discontinue a petition filed by UPND MP regarding ECL'S eligibility. In international news, Nigeria restricts visitors from India, Brazil, Turkey over COVID. And in sports, NKANA'S problems continue despite firing the coach. The Camnet verse of the day is coming from the book of 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 6 to 7, and it reads, "In all this you greatly rejoice, though now for a little while you may have had to suffer grief in all kinds of trials. These have come so that the proven genuineness of your faith, of greater worth than gold, which perishes even though refined by fire, may result in praise, glory and honor when Jesus Christ is revealed." That's what we had in our news tonight. Thanks for watching. My name is Jeffrey Ziambo. Bye-bye.